Coach, can I have you right here? Gentlemen, right here. All right, guys. Everything from the bottom of the black up is going to be good. Everything from the bottom of the letters here up is going to be good. You've got my instructions in the back, gentlemen. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
For Zaur Abdullayev, last time he was in a world title fight, it was against Devin Haney. He's the last man to be stopped by Devin Haney. That was in 2019, but it was a fractured orbital bone. That dream became a nightmare for Raymond Murataya. He wants that dream to stay a dream and to become a reality. One man will be a world champion, Murataya Abdullayev. There's your first bell. Bernardo Osuna alongside the International Boxing Hall of Famer Timothy Bradley. Mark Kriegel, roving reporter for the evening tonight. You see Murataya trying to get off to a quick start, going to the body.
Just trying to use some angles right here. You see Murataya, that foot movement that you saw was just angles. Didn't do anything off those angles, however. Abdullayev, strong, physically strong. You can tell, look how big his back is. He likes to come forward, comes behind a high, tight guard. Likes to stab down low and sneak over the top with right hands.
Look, Abdullayev is heavy on the jab, lands 8 of 30.9 per round, which is 2.4 more than Murataya, and Tevin's 10.7 more thrown than his opponent. So that's his weapon of choice. For Murataya, it's power and accuracy.
It's power, accuracy, counter-punching ability. But that jab, what that jab does, it's going to disrupt the rhythm. If he can stay constant with it, Abdullayev, if he can stay constant with it, it's going to disrupt the rhythm. And counterpunchers, that's what they hate. They hate guys that are accurate with their jab. So we'll see how effective Abdullayev's jab is going to be in his first round.
Murataya said, I'm going to take my time, feel him out, and then start trying to wear him down.
Abdullayev had an extensive amateur pedigree as well. You know, although his style is pretty simple, it's extremely effective. You know, he starts to slowly apply more and more pressure as the rounds continue. And he seems to get stronger as the rounds go.
Something rare, Tim. Abdullayev has 2 12-round stoppages, and that goes to show you that this man prepares. He's got the wind and the power to carry late, which is so difficult to do in this sport.
Yes, you see him feinting. Body feints, foot feints.
Good counter from Murataya off of the Abdullayev jab.
Bit of a chess match right now, technical battle by both men. Neither guy looking to make a mistake. Both guys feigning, trying to get the other one to commit.
Each trying to counter the strength of the other here in the first 2.5 minutes of this fight.
Well, right now, Abdullayev that stab jab is working for him downstairs.
How do you beat a jab? You go over the top.
Over the top, the right hand. That's how you beat it. Or you step out of range, make it fall short, and lift him up with the uppercut.
Listen for that bell, gentlemen.
First round of 12 for the lightweight championship. Here is Top Rank Boxing on ESPN.
Good round to study him, all right? That was a good round to study him. How you feel? Good. How do you feel him?
Thanks, Steve.
All right, then. Keep that smart, keep that feint. He's trying to feint that jab to the body because he wants to get you with that hook upstairs, right? So just keep this hand right here. Boom, boom, right here, right? Smart. Keep that. Keep circling around him, right? All day. Get some water. How's it get, bro? Okay? Deep breath. That, Nero. Okay? Good. How do you feel? Good? Then when you're set, then that's when you go, all right, with the power. All right. Okay? Don't throw it from far, okay? Keep your hands up too. And keep your hands up all the time, all right? Hands up high all the time. Smart, all right? Keep that same going. All right? Keep winning those rounds, all right? Breathe. Let's go. Red, you got a fit.
This fight is for the interim IBF lightweight title. We talked about none of the champions calling out the name of Raymond Murataya. This is a man that as an amateur had 3 wins over Ryan Garcia. And in his Fontana backyard, where his father set up a ring, they hosted the likes of Ryan Garcia, Mark Castro, Carlos Balderas, the Olympian. So he came up fighting in the backyard against elite fighters. And this is what you get from those backyard brawls. That beautiful left uppercut from Murataya, who starts to open up here in round 2.
You got a training facility at your house, a boxing with the ring in the back? I mean, come on now. That's next level.
People from in his neighborhood and other neighborhood would come to spar, and you know, you see that technique from Murataya.
Technique and the skill.
That stab jab from Abdullayev, and Robert Garcia was talking to him about how that opens up other opportunities.
Yeah, he's looking for, he told him he was looking for the left hook, Abdullayev. That's the reason why he was committing with that stab jab. He's looking to sneak him over the top. That was a nice little shot down there to the flank of Murataya by Abdullayev.
It was off of 2 jabs, too.
Yeah. He's starting to get a little bit more busy with his jab, but what I did like about what Murataya was doing was he threw a combination, occupied him upstairs, and then he slipped the uppercut right underneath that guard. Oh, nice right hand.
Murataya.
Nice setup.
They call him danger for a reason. Anytime you are in that ring with Raymond Murataya, they say he's a killer in the gym, and he's proven to be that inside the ring under the big lights.
So earlier in the show, you said if Murataya, how do you know he's on? He's on. I'm letting you know he's on. His reactions, how quick he's reacting, the punching power, the speed, the accuracy. He's on tonight. Nice feint right there. Subtle feints. Keep him guessing.
Ooh, nice left hook there from Murataya. He's quick to strike on the counter.
And then you see the movement afterwards. He makes Abdullayev pick up his feet, but you see how Abdullayev is trying to get after him right away to try to get some good back.
He's neutralized the jab of Abdullayev so far, only 11 of 27 through the first 2 rounds.
See the angle shit? Slight little angle changes right there. Make your opposition pick up his feet. While he's picking up his feet, you can counter him as he's readjusting. That's what you're seeing from Murataya. Subtle movements left and right. Abdullayev is coming straight down the middle.
Another stab jab from Abdullayev, trying to go to his bread and butter.
He gonna need to do more than just the stab jab.
Listen to that bell, guys.
Ooh, in this commercial break, we're going to show some of the best punches as it ended a little early in the 2 box.
All right. Yeah, after you throw, he's trying that left hook, all right? So just keep your hand up or go under. And when you step back with the hand up, okay? Let both hands up. Don't stand up like this, all right? Go like this, all right?
No cover with your fight ticket, so bring it along and come through. We've got drink specials, fire DJs, and a crowd that's just as lit as the main event. Don't tap out early. The party continues at Whiskey Girl and Double Deuce exclusively.
Body, left to the body, all right? Now left to the body. Just make sure it's at the right time, not from far, okay?
You got it, bro.
All right, this is all you, all right? Keep having fun. Let's have fun. Have fun, all right?
That right hand, no, don't drop that right. Be careful when you throw that right, and you try to counter. Go under it. Check it out.
Smart, all right? Échamele más.
In the corner of Zawar Abdullayev, they're saying he's looking to counter. Don't give him the space to counter, because Tim, when you let Murataya
it's a nice combination right here. Touch the top, split the guards. You know, that high guard can get you in so much trouble. And again, nice blinding lead jab, followed by that right hand, splitting that guard once again.
Murataya in the southpaw stance.
He going in his bag tonight.
Hey, this is for the belt.
This is for the belt, yeah, absolutely. It sure is.
Watch the feet, gentlemen.
You know who Murataya's favorite fighter is? Mr. Andre Ward. And Andre Ward and Dre can fight from that southpaw stance as well. And Murataya right now going in his bag, deep in his bag, pulling out all the tricks.
Nice body shot, and then up top from Murataya. switching the cadence up, and now he's back to his orthodox stance.
I would love to see Murataya get a little bit more on his jab. He needs to get a little bit more active with that lead hand. And I would love to see Abdullayev just get a little bit more busier with his work. Throw some more offense out there. Maybe a 1-2, 1-2-3.
Thing is, every time he's let the hands go, Murataya's had an answer.
See, when you have a guy that's in there that's smarter than you, right? Because I think that Murataya is more skillful, and I think from the looks of things, he's a lot more smarter. You know, you can't give him time to think. You got to get on top of him. You know, you got to put some pressure on him. You got to force him to make mistakes. I know it's still early right now, however, those first couple of rounds, it's been in Murataya's favor. Just the speed, the power, and the accuracy. He's winning these early rounds.
Neither guy very active. Murataya throws 47 punches around. Abdullayev 46. That's well below the 57 punches thrown average for the 135-pound weight class. So Abdullayev especially is going to have to go out of his comfort zone because the jab's not working tonight, Tim.
No, the jab is not working. He's making Murataya's making it fall short. However, when you're down 3 rounds,
counter right.
Exactly, and he's taking that jab away too. But with that right hand. But when you're down 2 rounds, it's like it's time to, hey, change the strategy. Woo, nice work from Abdullayev right there. Great counters, sharp counters.
Best punch of the fight so far for Armenian-based Russian.
Nice uppercut right there, just splitting the guard again with the uppercut.
Listen for that bell, gentlemen.
3 rounds. Abdullayev needs to get going here against Murataya, and he does just at the bell.
Thank you, sir. Keep doing that, all right? Yeah. You're winning every round. Keep doing that. Keep that rhythm going, right? Side to side, little steps. Pick your punches right. Boom, 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 and fucking dig in with a hard body shot, all right?
You got your
That body shot, don't look for it when you're far. Until you touch them, then dig into the body, right? Don't
prediction time. Take a look at that screen above you. Scan that QR code and tell us how many rounds is this?
Bye a little more, okay?
Going the distance, or are we going to see
Para show?
knockout? Oh, now.
A lot of feints, a lot of feints.
One more round, a little bit.
There. No problema. Just be careful with the right hand.
Touch him, boom, and then walk that. Move your head, all right? Because he's... All right, let's go.
Ready for round 4 of the scheduled 12-round fight for the interim IBF lightweight world title. So far, a great start for Raymond Murataya, but Zaur Abdullayev showed signs of life, Tim, there at the end of round 4.
Yes, he did. Finally let some offense go. That right hand has been working for Abdullayev. But check out this move right here. Dangerous move, not gonna lie. You're not supposed to drop your hands from your face, but a nice little parry counter right there, right hand from Murataya. See, I'm just letting y'all know, that's not textbook. He got away with it. However, if I'm Abdullayev, I see that. Now I'm gonna fake like I'm gonna go downstairs to the jab, and I'm gonna come up with a left hook because he's gonna bring that hand down to block it.
That was a nice stab jab from Abdullayev now.
But it was pretty.
If he can get that jab going, it could change the fight.
Absolutely.
And then Murataya will have to make the adjustments. Nice body shot from him.
Murataya hitting hard.
Yeah.
You can hear them shots. It's hitting hard. Off the elbows, off the arms. And Abdullayev, he's being selective with his punches because he's not trying to open himself up to be knocked out.
You see the quick hands of Murataya. And now Abdullayev has to think before he closes that gap, and there's a nice right.
And Murataya now is putting 2 together, 3 shots together, not just a single counter, which can be dangerous for Abdullayev.
Nice shot to the body again. It's a setup shot for Abdullayev.
That same right hand that landed at the end of the last round, you saw right there, Murataya avoiding it, just stepping a little bit out of range.
A stiff jab to the head from Abdullayev, who takes a body shot from Murataya with the left hook downstairs.
Like the variation from Murataya, it's kind of confusing. Abdullayev going to the head with 2 shots and then whipping that left hook to the outside, to the rib cage.
I think that's been the biggest difference in the fight. The cadence of Abdullayev is the same from round 1 to now, and Murataya has been able to mix it up.
Yeah, it's been the same thing from Abdullayev. He hasn't done anything different. That's the problem. And when you have someone as smart as Murataya, it's easy to figure out. And that's why you're starting to see him start to rev up the offense moving forward.
Slight feints from Murataya here in round number 4. There's that 1-2 from Murataya. Misses on that one. Punch volume and accuracy, the difference so far in favor of the Californian.
It's got to be a little bit louder. A little bit louder. On the 10 seconds.
How you feeling?
Good.
Condition-wise?
Good.
How about his power? No? All right. Still keep fighting smart. That was the 4th round. We got many rounds, but keep picking them apart little by little. Keep breaking them down. Step in a little bit closer with a double jab so you could reach into with the right hand. The right hand, you threw it beautiful, but you were this much far. So step in a little bit closer with the jab, all right?
Like that, very good, Mio.
Feel good?
He's got to close the gap. Listen, all he has is the counter right hand. That's all he's looking for. Understand?
Он говорит, Джесс, когда он пытается все время из-под угла выкинуть свою правую.
Let's take a look at our punch of the night, brought to you by Miller Lite. It was in our first undercard fight, and it was Sebastián Hernández behind that jab, putting punches together against Azat Hovhannisyan, the former world title challenger, on his way to a 10-round unanimous decision victory. All right, Mark Kriegel, we are into round 5, through 4 completed here. What does your unofficial scorecard look like?
40-36, Raymond Murataya, 4 rounds to nothing. First round was debatable. The next 3 were not. Going into the fight, he told me he can't match my speed. Abdullayev can. And there's nothing that I've seen so far that would disprove that. One note of caution, though, Abdullayev does have a habit of really staging some wonderful rallies.
Yes, he closes very strong, and he's got 2 12-round knockouts. So you can never count out Zaur Abdullayev. But look, Murataya right now is connecting his power shots at a 42% clip compared to 28% for Abdullayev, and that's dangerous territory, Tim.
I'm just waiting on Abdullayev to open up a little bit more. If he opens up a little bit more, then that's going to be allow Murataya to be able to land more counter shots on against him. However, Murataya
nice right hand, double right from Abdullayev, and he's opening up here.
Hey, buzzed him.
He did.
Momentarily buzzed him with that right hand. He's been looking for that right hand all night. You're seeing what happened is, what's going on is Murataya sitting on that rear leg, you know, and when you're sitting on that rear leg, there's no movement you can do other than drop down, and he's not dropping down further enough to get away from that right hand. He's right in the line of fire for the right hand of Abdullayev.
Nice counter right there by Murataya, who has been dropped twice against Humberto Galindo in March of 2023. That was in the first round, and also in round 2 against Cesar Valenzuela. And so early on, he's had trouble. He seems to have gotten past the danger zone, but Abdullayev just showed that when he lets his hands go, he will be a dangerous fighter.
It was just a mistake from Murataya. That's what it was, a mistake. Again, you're jabbing from mid-range. It's going to get countered, and he timed it perfectly. And at the same time, you're going to see every now and then. Let me see if Murataya gets to it. I'll try to see if he goes into that little posture where he's leaning on his back foot, and he has nowhere to go but down.
I got a little bit too comfortable, and Abdullayev reminded him, hey, I'm a world-class fighter too.
Good jab. again, you see subtle movement. Again, back on that back foot by Murataya. There it is again. That lead hand is down as well. That right hand can sneak him right over the top.
Listen for the bell, guys. Time right there.
All right.
Don't get lazy trying to do something different.
Hey, don't fucking stay on the ropes. Get away from
All right?
He connects, back to the defense. So remember, you have here, change it up.
Okay? Eh? 3 or 4 punches together, all right? How do you feel condition-wise?
Good.
All right, then let's go, all right?
What round is it?
5th coming up. 5th or 6th? 6th coming up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's go. We're going to go halfway, all right? So let's go, okay?
Keep pumping your jab. Keep pumping your fucking jab.
Go on.
Round 6 of this scheduled 12-round World Championship fight. Bernardo Osuna alongside the Hall of Famer Timothy Bradley. Both fighters making adjustments to...
Check out the Philly shell. We got that lead hand in the sling right there. Didn't get that shoulder up quick enough. Boom, gets hit with the right hand and gets hit with it again. Beautiful shot right there from Abdullayev. Way to recognize the guard change from Murataya and taking advantage of it.
See if Abdullayev can get those hands going behind that jab that he's able to land right there and sets up a right to the body.
Yeah,
now Murataya answers.
Yeah, that's the same guard that Floyd Mayweather made famous. You know, where he rolls that shoulder inside and he lifts it up to be able to block right hands and deflect right hands. That time, Murataya using it, he can use it well, I'll tell you that much. Look, I noticed all that glitter on his legs, on Murataya's legs, and all over his body, because look at his trunks. Worry about it, you know, that glitter getting in the eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The gloves.
Yeah, exactly.
If he rubs the gloves on his trunks, look at you, Tim. That's why you're the best in the business.
Oh, I appreciate
it's
you, baby.
those small nuances that can affect the fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, the nuances of Abdullayev getting a little bit more busy behind that jab.
And you can see him get a little bit more busy, and you're starting to see him get a little bit more comfortable now with the speed and the power of Murataya. And he's starting to get confidence, starting to gain more confidence.
Nice body shot from Murataya. That's one thing we haven't seen much of in this fight. Only 13 body shots from Murataya compared to 24 for Abdullayev. Remember your roots, young man.
Yeah. So you got what Abdullayev is doing is every now and then he's punching with Murataya or he's punching directly afterwards. Now, if I'm Murataya, what I'm doing is I'm going to have something in my back pocket. I'm going to punch. I know he's going to punch. Then I'm going to make a miss and then counter him again. So I'm going to counter the counter of Abdullayev. That's being 2 steps ahead of your opposition.
Good jab from Abdullayev. After 2 misses, and that's it.
You see that exactly. Caught him when he was out of position. Threw a combination, then Abdullayev comes right back. You got to make that that counter. You got to make that miss and you got to counter. Make a miss and fill the holes.
Abdullayev doing well to go to the body with that jab. And it opens up combinations. Halfway through this fight.
Or give me an uppercut. Those uppercuts are hurting him. His nose is bleeding already. You know, that means they're hurting him, right? So jab, jab, and then you step in with a double jab, right hand, and then give me that left to the body or a left uppercut. Okay? When you're on the outside, look for those hooks up behind the gloves.
Yeah.
And then the uppercuts after that. Okay? You good?
And the body's right there, but do it when you're close, not before.
When you're close, don't.
You gotta give me defense right away. You throw the 1-2, you gotta give me defense again, okay? You go for the body, Nero. Go for the body, Nero. Deep breath.
Through the first half of the fight, we see that Murataya landing at an exact same percentage as Abdullaev, but he's landed 19 more punches. Abdullaev with the lead in body punches. What I did notice is up to round 4, Abdullaev was landing, actually Murataya was landing at 42% clip with his power punches. Now he's at 34% compared to 32% for Abdullaev.
That's good. Abdullaev is landing more body shots. So look, this is the first 12-round fight of Murataya, and he can pay some good dividends on the back stretch. As you know, body shots start to wear your opposition down. Starts to siph their gas tank, take their legs away from them, and punching power. So we'll see.
And we've talked about that late power of Zohar Abdullaev with those 2 12th round knockouts. Unknown territory for Raymond Murataya, nicknamed Danger, but if it gets to that spot, he may be the one in danger against Abdullaev.
Abdullaev is like a fighter that, hey, he's gonna wear you down. You know, as long as he's in the fight, he's gonna wear you down. You know, he can be behind in the fight. He's never gonna be discouraged. He's gonna be always on you, putting that pressure on you, coming behind that jab like he's doing. And again, he's looking for you to weaken. That's why he uses that stab jab, so that way, later in the fight, he can take advantage of it.
Mark Kriegel, what are they saying in Abdullaev's corner?
Edgar Yasso says, listen, I need him to start going to the body so we can wear him down. We can take him to deep waters. That's our shot.
That's exactly what Tim has been analyzing. That's somewhere that Raymond Murataya has never been. You know that he feels ready and conditioned for 12 rounds, but you don't know until you've been there.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, you go 12 rounds probably 2 or 3 times before you actually come out here and do it, but you being a fighter and never doing it for the first time, you're still kind of skeptical about it. And you want to make sure you manage the rounds well and manage your energy.
But so far, he's letting Abdullaev back in the fight.
Exactly,
after the first 4
and that's
rounds.
my point.
The last 2 rounds have been Abdullaev rounds.
And Abdullaev is the type of fighter that gets, as the fight goes on, he starts going downhill and he starts gaining more and more confidence, and he's going to put more and more pressure and start letting his hands go.
You do not want to let him get momentum going,
no,
because
you don't.
That's where he's at his best.
Absolutely. You know, this is not a physical game. This is just not a physical sport, just physical. It's mental as well. You know, it's your will against my will. That's what it is. Now, if I can kill your will to fight, I have the advantage, right?
But it's also a chess match in there.
It is. It's skill.
I'm going to adjust. What are you going to counter to my adjustment? And how am I going to react to the adjustment that you're going to make to my counter? Solid shots from Murataya. Volume for Abdullaev here in round number 7. Nice right hand from Abdullaev. Maybe enough to win the round. This is a game of adjustments, and Tim, both Murataya and Abdullaev adjusted to each other's counters there in round 7.
Another excellent counter punch by Murataya with the right hand. Again, just dipping underneath, squatting, boom, coming with a counter. But again, where's the second punch at? You know, I'm seeing the single counters. Where's the second punch? And then Abdullayev right there making Murataya pay for, again, having that lead hand out at mid-range. Boom, exposing that left side, and boom, hitting him with that right hand.
Murataya threw 9 punches more than Abdullayev, who landed 2 more punches than Murataya in round number 7. In terms of jabs, Timmy, that was going to be a key for Abdullayev in this fight. And you see that he throws almost 31 in previous fights. Tonight, he's under 20. And for Murataya, he's above his jab average of 23.2 by 2 per round. So you beat a jabber with the jab, and you take away their best weapon.
You can beat the jab. You can beat a jabber with the jab. Also, you can throw that right hand and make him stop throwing. Not only to the head, but you can also throw the right hand down to the body. Make him keep that. And you just saw right there, Murataya sneaking that right hand downstairs.
Murataya needs to be creative again like he was earlier in this fight. Because Abdullayev is predictable but effective.
Exactly. He's efficient with his work again, and he's patient. And he's been in fights where he's been down, and he knows he's down. But he's just waiting on you to, again, lose focus, get tired, and then he starts to pour it on.
A straight right from Murataya that Abdullayev eats and says, I'll have another. You also got to make, take into account those guys from Dagestan. Yeah. They're built different.
They are. They are. I'm not going to lie. They surely are. When I fought Ruslan Pavatnikov, my gosh, I was like, man, what are you eating, man? You just eating fish raw out of the sea over there? Like, he was strong. Strongest fighter I've ever been in the ring with. Stronger than Manny Pacquiao, absolutely. Punch harder than Manny Pacquiao, yes.
Different places in the former USSR, Siberia, Dagestan, but all have that different type of hunger.
Genetics, man. Good uppercuts under Murataya there. Pop shotting from the outside, pot shotting from the outside, single shots.
Ooh, nice uppercut there from Murataya at the end of round 8. Ready for round 9 of Raymond Murataya, Zaur Abdullayev for the interim IBF lightweight title. Mark Kriegel, what does your unofficial scorecard look like through 8?
78-74, 6 rounds to 2. I do think, these are where Abdullayev distinguishes himself, these late grinding rounds. He gets into that 12th, but he's got to start going to the body, like Yasso said.
And when you look at Raymond Murataya, his money shot this fight, Tim, has been the uppercut.
Uppercut coming around that guard with the left hook, right hand, and then sneaking that uppercut, splitting the guard of Abdullayev. Again, the creativity. That's important in this fight. Creativity, because, again, I like Abdullayev, high amateur pedigree. He's been at the top of the amateur circuit. He's seen different styles. He's a smart fighter. You got to be creative with your offense when you're facing a guy like that.
And this is where now Murataya starts to think about being in unknown territory. The latest knockout he's ever had in his pro career was a 9th round stoppage against Humberto Galindo, March of 2023. He's got an 8th round stoppage as well in his career against undefeated Diego Torres that same year. So this is now where he starts to think, okay, what do I have in 10, 11, and 12?
Yeah. Or he's not thinking. He's just in there fighting.
Which is the best case scenario.
That's what you're supposed to do. You shouldn't be sitting there thinking about, if I'm going to be able to go 12 rounds. No, you're just in there fighting. Do your job, round by round, second by second, minute by minute.
Which seems to be his mindset.
It better, I mean, look, it better be. I would love to see a little bit more offense coming from Murataya, to be honest with you. Little bit more combinations again, and being ready and set for return fire and set him up with something. Know that.
We know that Abdullayev is trying to set Murataya up for the 1-2.
The right hand. He wants the right hand. He's sitting down hard on that right hand.
But it comes behind the jab always. He hasn't thrown a lead right.
And you see him starting to move his hand. You see the little movement twitching his hand. Abdullayev, that right hand, that's what he wants.
Nice uppercut again.
And those uppercuts, yeah. Absolutely. Open him up and come around the guard. See, if Murataya gonna get this knockout tonight, he gonna have to go downstairs. He gonna have to get to the liver, the outside. Because Abdullayev has taken the best shot already, the right hand. He's taken his best shot.
Only 24 body shots landed so far for Raymond Murataya out of 96. We'll see a little bit more combination punching from the California-based fighter. Nothing spectacular here in round number 9 so far. This bout is scheduled for 12. Round 10 here inside the Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California. This ring once hosted Ken Norton's victory over Muhammad Ali. So big names have been in this venue, and it's a big night for Raymond Murataya's first world title opportunity against Zaur Abdullayev, who last time he fought for a belt against Devin Haney was stopped due to a fractured orbital bone. So that happened early in the fight in the 4th round. So far, a better experience for Abdullayev against Murataya. You see the power punches landed by round. The most landed were in round 8 in favor of Murataya, with 8 compared to 4 for his opponent. And he's doubled up at 53-25. But this is where Abdullayev believes he can start getting to Murataya.
He got to throw punches.
Yes,
that's what he got to do. He got to let his hands go. Look, you came up short in your first attempts for a world championship. You've earned your way back to this championship. It's
9
like, come on.
wins.
I mean, look, you got 2 rounds to go, son. 2 rounds to go. Step on the gas. Let your hands go. It's like you got to get out of your comfort zone, man. You got to sell out and you got to go for it. If he lets his hands go, I promise you he's going to have success. Promise you.
If you're one of the other titleists, are you looking at Murataya as a potential unification fight differently if he wins tonight, based on this performance?
Absolutely not. I'm salivating. I'm salivating.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because before he was danger and no one was calling out his name. You think after tonight, maybe people start calling out his name?
Oh, absolutely. They don't want that smoke because this is a guy that's, again, he's a smart fighter. However, he's directly in front of you. You know, pretty simple with his offense, basic with his offense. Yeah, and everybody watching, especially in the 140-pound or 135-pound division, saying, oh, he ain't so bad. He couldn't get rid of this guy. Devin Haney got rid of this guy. Broke his orbital bone.
All right, in that 2 box, you see Charlie Suarez, the undefeated 36-year-old Filipino, #1 contender, who will be challenging Emmanuel Navarrete, who had weight issues, making 130 pounds. And this young man has Olympic pedigree. He's a guy with good feet, quick, explosive hands, and that is an intriguing matchup for tonight's main event.
Listen for the bell, guys.
Ready for the action, go.
Title between Raymond Murataya in the blue and gold trunks and Zaur Abdullayev in the red trunks trimmed in black. Navarrete is all gas, no brakes. And Charlie Suarez, well, he thinks he's got something for the champion. Here, let's see what the championship rounds look like. 11 and 12. Will Zaur Abdullayev give it one last run against Raymond Murataya? Referee Thomas Taylor not liking Murataya jousting with that jab, and that's a nice straight right from Abdullayev in a combination.
You know what I don't like from Abdullayev? He has no kind of
right uppercut from Murataya.
No arsenal whatsoever. He's a 1-2 puncher. I mean, I'm waiting. Can he throw a left hook or a right hook or something? I mean, something other than a straight 1-2.
And yet it was enough to catch Murataya's attention, who came back with a quick combination in that right uppercut, which has been his best punch tonight. Look, Abdullayev described Murataya this way. He said, I've observed Murataya in the way he fights, and he doesn't do anything bad, but he doesn't do anything great.
Okay. What do you do great? Because you're getting beat right now.
Hey, threw a left hook. Abdullayev did.
Was that a left hook?
Yeah. Hit the gloves partially.
Hey, look.
He threw it.
Hey, you got Murataya now. He's starting to see everything come. Everything is starting to come slow to him now. He's ahead of everything. He's used to what's coming at him. He's sitting in the pocket, look at him waiting, subtle movement left and right. He's looking for him to commit. Let's see. Oh, down, finally a hook. About time. Look at that. Being smooth, nice little body shot. Good left hook from Abdullayev right there. Finally changed it up a bit, right? But I'm just watching the comfort level of Murataya right now, being at mid-range. He's comfortable. Doesn't seem to be phased at all.
Yeah, he doesn't have that third weapon that Tim Bradley had inside the ring. It's just a 1-2, and it allows you to throw that uppercut.
It's a nice uppercut.
Oh, nice double jab from Murataya, stopping the head of Abdullayev.
Up jabs. Easy work.
That's Murataya saying, that's your strength? Well, I'm going to beat you at your strength. Nice body work and an uppercut from Murataya, starting to open up here in round 11 and starting to believe he has what it takes to be a champion. Blood streaming from the nose of Zaur Abdullayev. Let's listen to
world champion, all right?
Robert Garcia.
Don't fuck it up. Don't make mistakes, all right? The way you did this round was beautiful. You fucking breaking them apart, all right? Smart, okay? Stay smart.
Good. One round. Last round. Last round, Saul, okay?
It's a great round from Raymond Murataya there.
Spamming the uppercuts on the inside, absolutely. Against that high guard. Oh, beautiful shot right there. You see the legs buckle a little bit from Abdullayev. Good body shot right there and roll underneath. That's textbook from Murataya. And 2 up jabs, splitting the guard. Coming from a different level, with a different angle. Nice up jab, split that guard.
Mark Kriegel, your unofficial scorecard before the 12th and final round.
101. Abdullayev needs a knockout. Edgar Yasser says, my guy's making a miss. He ain't making a bang.
And Murataya coming out strong here in round number 12. Abdullayev has only landed double-digit connects in rounds 6 and 7, and that was 10 and 11 punches landed. But he does have 2 career 12-round knockouts, so he's still dangerous.
And he believes he can get it right now, absolutely. But it'd be crazy because Murataya cannot allow that to happen. I mean, he's winning this fight handily. And he really, to be honest with you, all he has to do is get through this round. He's got the fight in the bag. And if I was in this corner, I'll just say, hey, man, take chances when you need to. Just box, play defense, use your jab, win the round. However, don't expose yourself. Be smart with your defense. We got a championship that we just won.
Nice lead right there from Murataya. Abdullayev still working behind the jab. Nice body shot from Murataya with the right.
And then the roll under.
Yep. Abdullayev defense.
Good defense.
I don't know that I'd want Murataya in the southpaw stance here for the last minute and 20 seconds. He's been so effective this round from the orthodox stance.
Yeah, he's in total control, though. His eyes tells the story for me. You see his movement, he's smooth with it, making him miss all these punches. Got his timing down. It's almost like he knows what he's going to do before he even does it.
Got a little swagger to him here in round 12.
Oh, yeah.
So no questioning his physical conditioning for this fight. Nice right there by Abdullayev.
Not at all. Good left hand. He boxing smart this round. That's exactly what
nice right hand from Abdullayev.
Abdullayev taking more chances. However, he's opened himself up now.
But he's been able to connect with the right here in the final seconds of this 12th round, and half a minute left to determine who will be the new interim IBF lightweight world champion. So far, it looks like Murataya is on his way, but Abdullayev has 20 seconds to change that with a beautiful right-left combination from Murataya. Too little, too late from Zaur Abdullayev here as the clap for the tiny 10 seconds. A new champion will be crowned. Is it the man they call Danger, or is it Zaur Abdullayev? It comes down to how the judges saw this fight. Did they like the effective aggressiveness of Raymond Murataya, who landed on 26% of his total punches compared to 19 for Abdullayev? There's a lot of experience in Dennis O'Connell, David Sutherland, and look at Steve Weisfeld, almost 3,000 fights. So we're talking about 4,500 fights between them, and you know, some solid judges. And let's take a look at some of the best action from this world title fight, Timmy.
It was Muratai's night tonight. You know, I told you out the gate, he looked sharp, landing his combinations, good counter punching. You know, he went downstairs, upstairs. I mean, he did a little bit of everything. Abdullayev was strong in spots, used his jab well, especially down to the body. He had a couple of occasional right hands over the top, catching Muratai while he's sleeping, while he was asleep. However, I mean, I thought it was an easy fight. I mean, an easy fight to judge. You know, I feel there's no doubt in my mind that Muratai won this fight tonight. Congratulations to him and his team. I know the scorecards haven't been read yet. However, I thought it was a pretty easy fight for a guy like Muratai. He's extremely skillful, talented, and tonight, like you said, is his night.
Sometimes the numbers tell a story. 140 landed compared to 87 for Abdullayev. The comparison, also the body shots, is where Abdullayev really shined, and we expected it to be the jabs for Abdullayev. But you also have to look at the faces, and they tell the story of the fight. You can see the demeanor.
They do tell a story. However, just to let you know, fights are not judged on damage. They're not judged on the way a fighter's face looks. It's judged on the effect of punches being landed.
All right, before we get the official scorecard, let's go to Mark Kriegel for his unofficial scorecard.
118, 110. Muratai was not just a quicker fighter, but the guy with more imagination.
Let's send it up to the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official decision from the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Steve Weisfeld, scores about 118 to 110. Judges Dennis O'Connell and David Sutherland both scored about 119 to 109. All three in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. And he is now the interim IBF lightweight world champion, Raymond Danger Murataya.
Southern California has a new champion. He's the interim IBF title holder.